Hello and welcome to the SoulSurvivor Q&A series. The following is part of a channeled question and answer session with the high-level spiritual group consciousness, Eternal Light. Thanks for listening.
Does hell exist?
This word, hell, holds so much emotion in it for man, and for centuries that word has struck fear in the heart and soul of man. For it is the thing that most fear. For centuries, your world had been dominated by religious zealots and by a very big empire of churches throughout the world. And these religious zealots found that they could control man and they could receive untold wealth for themselves within these church empires. And for many centuries, they carried on. They decided on how they would preach to people, and they would use this word called hell that they had decided upon, and they embellished what hell would be. You would be in eternal fire and you would live in agony there. And it was the one place that you were certain to go to if you did not comply with the rules of the churches. But now we have moved fast forward to the times you now live in. Hell is a man-made word and a man-made vision. It does not exist in the way that it has been portrayed for centuries. There is much more to this, but when you pass over and you have been a human being who has given the world some awful, awful message where you have been dominant and you have led others to kill, to torture, to bully, to control those who you feel are not worthy of you. And you have had many people in your recent history who have done this, who have sought to dominate the world. And in doing so, they have suppressed the people to such an extent where millions have been outrightly killed as a warning, as a method of controlling all. Now, these people do not go to hell, for the Creator does not have hell. It is a man-made vision and a man-made place. But what does happen is these torturous souls who have done so much damage to others will go into a place of isolation. And we have touched upon this before. These souls who have done so much damage to all those victims that they decided to do dreadful things to, they are put in isolation and they are made to go through the agony and emotional distress that each of their victims received from them. That is their form of hell that they go into. And they will be there until each and every of their victims and their emotions are felt by the perpetrator. It is the worst form of hell, if I can use that word, that they could possibly receive. And until you are one of those. And fortunately, the world has more love and light now. These people cannot function with the impunity that they did many years ago. This world domination of those individuals cannot happen as it did so in the past. And you, as a race, talk about the disastrous times in history when these people were allowed to rise and take control and make decisions about the poor people around them that they wished to dispose of. This is not happening to anything like the degree it was decades ago. Gradually, this darkness in the world is falling away. But you may say, there is trouble in this country. Somebody is doing that very thing in another country. And we understand why you are saying this. But be assured that the world is becoming lighter. Thanks to your love, thanks to your concern for others, thanks for the safeguards that you as a human race put on places where unfair and awful injustices still occur. Gradually, my dear ones, the world is producing more light and love and more attention to getting those poor people who are suffering, to bring justice for them, to provide them with the daily requirements that they need to stop these awful wars. And although it is a slow and agonizing process that the world is going through, gradually these areas of war-torn disaster areas are becoming less. It is happening, but it will not just disappear overnight. And we know that would be the perfect answer. But the world has to gradually change, for you are, as a race, in control of the world, and only you can stop these awful happenings. And you are doing so with great progress. You are rooting out these individuals who come to power by means of force. Gradually, you are closing in on them, and they are not able to function as well as they did. So returning to the original question, hell, in the way it is portrayed for centuries by man, does not exist, but a form of justice when you come out of your body and you are one of those who has destroyed many. You will not be in a comfortable place until your soul has seen exactly what it has done to others. And this is a long process for many.